So, welcome to our first recording of SOULution. Are we SOULution or Solutions?
SOULution.
SOULution. This is Brendan. My name's Jade. And our hope with this channel is we really just want to chat about all things recovery from active addiction. So, Brendan and myself, we've both got a couple of years under our belt. I don't think either of us want to present ourselves as experts on the subject, but I think we've been around long enough to at least have formed an opinion, right?
Definitely.
And I think we've both gotten a lot of gold out of the things we learned, and I believe our desire is to share that with people who perhaps have not yet had the opportunity to discover what recovery is about. So by and large, that's what our objective are. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I just want to say I like what you said about us not being experts, because I still consider myself a newcomer in recovery after being in active addiction for close on 3 decades and only having the last 8 years in recovery.
Yeah.
So I still consider myself a newcomer. And wherever I go, I learn something more about recovery. So I think a big part about recovery is to remain teachable.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, and that's really what we hope to learn from each other.
Yeah.
Learn through this process and continue our growth trajectory. I often get asked the question, you've been clean now for almost 9.5 years. Why do you still remain engaged in this process? How clean can you get? And so, I think what I discovered about this process is there's a massive amount of self-awareness that I've gained through this process. And that itself is a little bit addictive, because I've learned that the more self-aware and the more I give myself over to personal development and growth, the less I suffer. Suffering sucks. I really don't like to suffer. So, I'd like to continue showing up in such a way that is leaning towards my optimum, rather than that person I used to be in active addiction, which was just nothing but a taker, really, rather than a giver.
Yeah, about giving back, about the 12th step. And also, some people can do this recovery thing, they do it for a year, they do all the necessary things for recovery, and they manage to stay clean the rest of their lives. I somehow have to stay connected and plugged in, because the minute I'm not plugged in is the minute things start getting wobbly. So I have to continue being plugged into this process. Additionally, in the beginning, recovery for me was just about not taking and using substances. Today, it's a completely different thing. It's about learning and understanding myself and actualizing, becoming more aware, like you said, of my behaviors, and just trying my best to do the next right thing. I know that's the bumper sticker. You're probably going to hear a lot of the bumper stickers from me, and it's probably going to irritate the shit out of the viewers. But yeah, I'm, the 12-step part of recovery has given me a lot, but it isn't the only thing I do for recovery. There's a whole lot of other things I do, which we will explore. And I think we both agree that the 12-step recovery is not the only way to do this thing.
Yeah. I'm glad you've touched on that, because Brendan and I, we both got key into the 12-step process. I think there is a ton of value in what the 12 steps have to offer. But what I've personally experienced is that there is almost, I don't think consciously, but almost inadvertently, this idea that the 12-step process has got some kind of monopoly on recovery. And I think what we hope to explore is something of a little bit more of an expansive outlook as to what recovery can all entail.
Definitely. Also, there's a lot of these, they call them 12-step Nazis, who are very anti sort of medication and other paths and harm reduction, whereas I think they are super beneficial. you know. Yeah, go boss it.
Yeah, I think what you're touching on is that if the recipe to become clean was clear cut and completely black and white, I think perhaps we would see a lot more success rates. But I think some key elements have been identified that assist in the process. And I think those are the things that we want to explore. We don't profess that our opinions are the correct ones. And these are just things that we've discovered along the way that we felt work for us. And who knows, maybe a few years from now, we'll think about things very differently. And that's what you were saying, about remaining teachable. We hope we can learn from you. So exactly means, please do hit us up in the comments. Tell us if you like what we're doing and maybe give us suggestions as to topics we can explore, how we can do better. We want to learn from you as much as you can potentially learn something from us. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So, I know it's early days, not much to go on to know whether you want to subscribe to us, but hit the subscribe anyway, give us a thumbs up. Check out the next video that you'll see in that top link or that top part of the screen. Brendan's going to just give us a bit more detail as to what his journey is about. I'm going to do the same just so that we can get to know each other a little bit better. Yeah. Thank you for watching.
See you next time.